What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying your lives to the fullest today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 Nissan Rogue SL. Huge thank you to Fredy C over at Priority Nissan of Chantilly, Virginia for allowing me to do this review for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this particular Rogue SL or any Nissan product, I'll be sure to have Fredy's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It is an absolutely beautiful last day of May here in Virginia. I mean, the weather is literally perfect. We got a little bit of a breeze, which makes it even that much nicer. I do have a windsock on the camera. However, there might be a little bit of wind noise. I don't think there should be, but there might be. So just keep that in mind. I am trying my best as we go along in this video. But as we always do, first, let's talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2023 Nissan Rogue SL. And this particular one has been painted in the $395 pearl white tri-coat, which I think fits the SL very nicely with the gloss black grille, with these wheels and those roof rails. I think it all comes together just to make this thing look, you know, a little bit more premium than you may expect. But let's start over here at our headlights. So you may be able to tell you do get a split light design with your LED daytime running lights and your halogen turn signals on the top. And then coming down just a tad is where you will find your LED headlights with high beam assist. High beam assist is just a fancy way of saying automatic high beams. And then just below your headlights, you may see this little vent here, and you can see the other side peeking through. These air vents, I would assume, are for better aerodynamics, which hopefully leads to better fuel economy, but an engineer can tell you that better than I can because, again, I'm not an engineer, I'm just a car reviewer. But working our way to the center of the front end, you guys get a gloss black front grille with your Nissan logo located at the center of that. Just below the Nissan logo is where you will find your forward-facing camera. That forward-facing camera works with the 360-degree view camera system that comes standard on the SL, and then just below that you get this U-shaped chrome trim, U-shaped gloss black trim, and then another U-shaped chrome trim piece. I think they complement each other very, very nicely. So basically it goes chrome, gloss black, chrome, gloss black, and again, I think it looks really good, especially matched to this white paint that we have here today. You do get a satin black lower grille, and this is your satin black lower grille, and then you have a metallic gray trim piece all the way at the bottom of your front bumper. Now, there are a couple options that this particular SL does not have, in which you could get, and I'm going to read those to you guys now. You could get the optional $282 LED fog lights and or the optional $1,530 SV premium package. There are a few other options that I'm not going to list, but basically what you get with the SV premium package, at least up here, are forward-facing sensors and the side sensors. So you would get 6 forward-facing sensors up here essentially with the SV premium package, as well as a bigger infotainment screen and etc. I'll put it on screen right now so you guys can take a look at what else comes with that package. But last but not least, while we are up here, you guys do get 8.2 inches of ground clearance with the Rogue SL. Working our way down the side, you get satin black wheel arch moldings, and then this particular one has also been optioned with the $220 splash guards, which can be found behind all 4 of your wheels and tires. And then working our way into the wheel and tire setup, these are the only wheels you can get with the SL, so you can't option for any other wheels. And they are a 19-inch machine face with gray pocket wheel, and they are wrapped in 235/55 Bridgestone Alenza Sport All Season tires. Give you guys a view of the tread pattern on those tires as best as the camera will pick up. That is what your tires look like. Let's do a little front 3/4 angle right there. And then working our way into the A-pillar, you do get a gloss black, or you get gloss black A-pillars because there are 2 of them. And then you also get body color mirror caps with integrated turn signals. These side view mirrors are manual folding. They are also heated, reverse tilting. You get your blind spot monitoring on the upper left-hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right-hand side of your passenger side mirror. And then all the way at the bottom of your side view mirrors, about right here, I'm not sure how well the GoPro is going to pick it up, but that is your side view camera that works in collaboration again with the 360-degree view camera system that comes standard again on the SL. And then starting from the top, working our way to the bottom, you guys get these silver roof rails. They kind of have like a metallic flake to them. And then you get chrome window trim at the top of the windows and black window trim on the bottom. You get body color door handles with keyless access. Just keep in mind that the keyless access function is only on the front 2 doors. And then coming down down all the way. You guys get satin black door cladding with some chrome accent trim. Give you a better view of that now. That is what that looks like. Again, satin black wheel arch moldings. Coming up to the top of the back end, body color shark fin antenna, body color roof spoiler with your integrated third brake light. You get your wiper, you get a rear window defroster, as well as LED taillights, Nissan logo, chrome badging. You have your backup camera right below your G. Again, that is like more of like a gray logo here, but then all the other badging is in that chrome. And then if you guys want to open up your power lift gate, which by the way comes standard on the SL, just put your hand in there, you'll feel a little pad, pull up on that pad, and that will open up the lift gate to reveal quite a bit of storage space considering the size of this vehicle. So over here on the driver's side of the trunk, you have a 12-volt power outlet. This is called divide and hide, and it comes standard on the SL. So basically you can divide it into two pieces and you can hide stuff underneath these pieces here. So basically you could either have it, you know, this flat storage space, or you can take both of these things out. You get probably another 3 to 4 inches of depth. So basically you get more depth as you go further towards the second row seats, but that's basically a look and you know, seeing what divide and hide is. That's exactly what it is. And then underneath the divide and hide stuff is where you'll find your spare tire. So spare tire all the way at the bottom of the trunk, and then you get a little bit of storage space over here. You could set, you know, small miscellaneous items, and then you get a little bit even less storage space on this side, but you still get a nice little storage cubby down under there. I'm not quite sure what's hiding behind here, but let's see. That is where you'll find your jack. So your jack is located behind this door looking thing on, again, the driver's side of your trunk. This is a power lift gate. All you gotta do is press that button right there and the power lift gate will begin to drop. If you guys get the SV premium package, I'm pretty sure you can also, or with that package, you get the hands-free lift gate as well. So this chrome rear bumper protector is a $170 option. You guys can skip it if you want to. This particular one has it. Coming down just a tad bit more, you get a satin black rear bumper with 4 backup sensors total. Again, with the SV premium package, that would add an additional 2 sensors to the sides of the back end. Coming down just a little bit more, you also do get reverse automatic braking as standard with the SL, as well as a metallic gray rear valance with 2 integrated reflectors. So let me know what you guys think of the 2023 Rogue SL in the comments down below. I think this is a great value. And my mom, the past 2 cars before she got her Miata, she drove a 2016 Nissan Rogue, and then when that lease was up, she drove a 2019 Nissan Rogue. And from the 2016 to the 2019 to the 2023, these things have gotten progressively nicer, not only on the exterior, but also on the interior, just to give it a much more premium feel. Like, this thing feels way leaps and bounds more premium than her 2016 did, and even her 2019 felt a lot more premium than her 2016 did. Just keep in mind, she was driving the SV all-wheel drives. This is an SL, so this is technically, it is nicer, but yeah, I think these look a lot better both on the outside and on the inside. Especially, it's a lot nicer, a lot more premium feeling than the older Rogues have been in the past. Let me know what you guys think of the 2023 in the comments down below, but let's move into performance. Hopping open that hood reveals that 1.5 liter turbo 3-cylinder that makes 201 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to the Xtronic continuously variable transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 7.8 seconds. If you guys were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 29 miles per gallon in the city, 36 miles per gallon on the highway for 32 miles per gallon combined with front wheel drive. This particular one has been optioned with front wheel drive. However, you can get all-wheel drive as an option. Actually, front wheel drive comes standard, so this technically hasn't come option. It comes standard with front wheel drive. Anyway, you can option the all-wheel drive. But if you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I am now on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot get there without your guys' help. So if you guys have taken anything from this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. It greatly benefits my channel. But let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, like I mentioned to you guys earlier on in the video, you do get keyless access. So all you got to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press on this button right here, and the vehicle will unlock. You can also lock the vehicle by pressing on that button as well. But I wanted to show you guys a couple of the functions on the key fob. So starting at the top, you get remote start, then you get your lock, your unlock, and then if you press and hold on that, that will power open and or close your power lift gate. And obviously you have your panic function. And if you guys want to take your key, physical key out of the key fob, flick this little thing right here and the physical key will come out. But I do want to show you guys what the remote start sounds like. All you got to do is lock the vehicle and then press and hold on this, and the vehicle will fire up. So let's move into the interior and let's see what the Rogue has to offer on the inside. So the SL has some brown vinyl wrapping at the top of the door panel, and then from about right here all the way down to here, you get some leather with some accent colored stitching. It feels like a really nice, soft, supple feeling leather. You get a brushed aluminum door handle, 2 memory seat adjustment settings, unlock and your lock functions, power side view mirror controls. You get an automatic up and down front driver window, but none of the other windows are automatic up or down. That will restrict your passenger window privileges. And then you get a little bit of miscellaneous storage space at the bottom of the door panel. Working our way into the interior, you get 2 power front seats. This one gets lumbar. I don't believe that one gets lumbar, but you guys can see the seats look very, very comfortable, and they are in fact very comfortable. But let's step into the interior and let's see what the Rogue has to offer in here. So I'm gonna turn that off, and I think I'm gonna move. All right, I always like to move into the shade because I roll with the climate control off so you guys get better audio of me. So if I press this button right here, that is basically like steer assist. So you can turn steer assist on or off by the push of this button down here. It looks like a steering wheel. And then coming down just a tad bit more, this is to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster and your backlit buttons. That is to turn your auto stop start system on or off, and then that is to open and or close your power lift gate. You do get a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. What I mean by that is that the steering wheel will come towards you, it'll go away from you, and then it'll also move up and down to your liking, dependent on, you know, what you want. At the top, more vinyl wrapping, and it is that same brown that follows through from the top of the door panel. Working our way into the steering wheel area, I want to show you guys what the turn signal sounds like. That is what the turn signal sounds like. This is also your high beam control stock and your headlight control stock. So if I press this button all the way here, that will turn my automatic high beams on or off. This is my headlight controls off, daytime running lights, headlights always on, and then headlights in automatic. Coming back just a tad, you do get a heated and leather wrapped steering wheel with some accent colored stitching on the inside of the steering wheel itself. Let's take a listen to the horn. That is what the horn sounds like. And then you guys also do get steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, downshift paddle on the left hand side, upshift paddle on the right hand side. Coming over to here, this is to control your volume, and then these things here, like this little scroll knob, and then these 2 buttons and the OK button are to control that productivity screen located at the center of the gauge cluster. This is to go back on a track, this is to go forward on a track, and then this is also to control that screen in there as well. And then on this side of the steering wheel, like right here, those are all your adaptive cruise control settings. Adaptive cruise control comes standard on the SL. That is to speak to the vehicle. Pressing on that will bring you into your phone stuff on the infotainment screen. And then this is also some more adaptive cruise control stuff. Now let's move into our gauge cluster. So on the left hand side of the gauge cluster, you have your tachometer, which is basically your RPM gauge. And then on the right hand side, you have your speedometer. That's your fuel stuff. That is your coolant temperature gauge. And then right now, that is the time. That is not the actual time. That's the ambient exterior temperature. That is the transmission status area. And then coming over to here, that's the odometer. And then that is your fuel range. Now let's go throughout this gauge cluster here. So right now, this is one of the screens. This is basically the digital speedometer readout as well as the media stuff. Come down a little bit more, that is your calm screen. Now if I click over here to the right, you can go into your drive computer. So you can go from here, down one, and then down all the way. Click over to the right, tire pressure stuff, auto stop start stuff, and then that is like your turbo PSI and how much power you're using when you rev the motor and stuff like that. Coming over a little bit, audio stuff, This is like your driver assistance features screen. And then coming over, you can go between your different settings if you wanted to. So you can go into your VDC settings, basically turning traction on or off. Driver assistance stuff, so you have steer assist, lane assist, blind spot assist, emergency assist, parking assist, rear cross traffic alert, driver alertness, etc. So on and so forth. You have all these different settings. That is a look at your settings menu, and that's, you know, kind of about it for that screen. I don't want to spend too much time on that screen because, you know, I want to make this video rather short. Windshield wiper control stock for your front windshield wipers and your rear wiper. And then coming over to here, this is the standard screen. So this is the 8-inch infotainment system with wired Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto connectivity. With the $1,530 SL premium package, you would upgrade to a 9-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay connectivity. But let's go throughout and, you know, work with what we got. So I'm going to show you guys what the home screen looks like, and we'll start here on the home screen. So this is the home screen. You can click over to the left, basically gives you your time and date, and then click over to the right is your different audio stuff: AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth audio, and USB stuff. You get your different shortcut buttons on the bottom of the screen as well. So basically you can go into your phone stuff, your audio stuff. You can go between your different connections. So basically it's just connected to my phone at the moment. So clicking into that, basically just my phone. Info stuff, settings, so on and so forth. Then you also have these physical buttons on the bottom of the screen as well. There's really not much to show you guys. This is one of the settings screen. That's the other settings screen. That's basically how much battery my phone has, as well as how much signal my phone has, and the time again. And then you have all these physical buttons. Get the volume knob. You got your tuning knob over here. If I press and hold on that, you can go between your different bass, your middle, your treble, your balance, your fader. So that's how you adjust that. All you gotta do is press on the tuning knob, and then that stuff pops up at the top of the screen. If I press and that right there, that will turn the audio off. Then this is to switch between different your day mode, your night mode, and your auto mode. So you get your night and your auto. That's to go back on a track. That's to go forward on a track. That will bring you into your audio stuff on the screen. That will bring you into your home. This will bring you into your phone screen, and then you have an instant camera button, which I personally really like. So this is your 360 camera. That's your forward-facing camera. And then if I threw this thing into reverse, my backup camera with guidance lines will pop up. One thing I wanted to say is that I was in a Maxima the other day, and I gotta say that this thing has a lot better clarity with the camera system than that Maxima, but also like better than my mom's like 2019 Rogue. I mean, obviously this is like 4 or 5 years later, but yeah, they've definitely figured out the clarity with their 360-degree view camera system, at least here on the Rogue. And then you also have a back button coming down just a tad, hazard button there, and then this is your climate control stack. You do get dual zone climate control as standard with the SL. However, with that SL premium package, you could get tri-zone climate control. This one again doesn't have that package, but you get heated front seats as standard with 3 levels of adjustability. Heated steering wheel button there. And then I'll show you guys what the climate control stack looks like when it is on. And that's kind of a look at that. Coming down, you get your stop start button, USB-C port, USB-A port, and a 12-volt power outlet. You also have a great spot. You could set a phone down in here. I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it fits down in there, no problem. For size reference, you can see this is your transmission thing. Press on this button on the side, push forward, that's reverse, and then pull down, that puts you into drive. Pull down one more time, and now we are in manual mode, and I can use the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters to switch gears, and then push P to go into park. We're pushing P. 2 cup holders, electronic parking brake. This is auto hold. Basically, auto hold will hold you in place in traffic by itself. So basically the car will hold you with its braking system by itself with that button there. To release it, all you got to do is either hit the accelerator and or push on the brake and then push that button again, and that will deactivate that. And then this is your D mode. So you get 3 different drive modes. You got eco, you got standard, and you have sport. So eco, standard, sport, 3 different drive modes, all controlled by this thing right down here. This is pretty interesting. So this is leather wrapped. It's nicely padded with some accent colored stitching, but this doesn't open up like a regular center console does. You could set some business cards down in there. And then other than that, I would say, you know, probably 50% of my forearm fits down in there. So not the most amount of space, but you can fit what you need to down in there. You also get some pass-through storage space here, so I can reach in from the passenger side. And you can set probably a laptop down in here. This is my MacBook. I don't know if it'll actually fit down in here. Oh, it does. Okay. MacBook fits down in there. And that's kind of about it for this center section. Coming over here, all of this right here is all leather wrapped, as you may be able to tell. Piano black trim, some aluminum trim. You do not get a lockable glove box, but you can fit what you need to in there aside from your owner's manual, which is actually down in there at the moment. Napkins, straws, snacks, etc., whatever you want to put in there, you can do. And that is a look at the passenger side door panel. Looks pretty much the exact same as the driver's side. Auto dimming rear view mirror. This is where it will let you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. Get a great spot. You can set some sunglasses as well as a taco if you wanted to up there. You get your two lights up here. You get your driver light, you get your passenger light. This will turn on all the interior dome lights at once. And then this is, so if you guys want your door or your lights to turn on when you open up the door, now the lights will turn on. If I press that right there, now I open up the door, the interior lights will not turn on. So that's what that does. Panoramic sunroof comes standard with the SL, and this is to control the shade, and then that is to control the sunroof itself. So pull back on that, the shade will open up. I'm not sure if this is a tilting sunroof. I would assume that it is. Okay, yep, it does tilt. And then it also obviously slides like a normal sunroof would. You get your SOS button there. Opening your vanity mirror, you get a vanity light. You also get a clip right there. And then opening this up, slides forwards and backwards. Very, very nice. So that is a look at that. The visor on that side is the exact same. You get an OPU panel over there. You get another OPU panel here on the driver's side. There are a couple things I wanted to go over that come standard with the SL. And those things include heated front seats, heated steering wheel, a panoramic roof, the 360-degree view camera system, the adaptive cruise control, the forward collision warning, blind spot monitoring. I hear something. A car. Anyway, lane departure warning, reverse automatic braking, rear cross traffic alert, etc. There's a lot of stuff that comes standard. I'm gonna go over the optional $1,530 SL premium package. These are not all the features that come with it, but I'll put that on screen now. Tri-zone climate, front, side, and rear sensors, the 9-inch infotainment system with the wireless Apple CarPlay, and the Bose sound system. However, I wanted to mention something that has to do with the standard sound system that comes on the SL. And honestly, I think the standard sound system sounds really, really good. So if you guys like don't really care about audio, I think you'll be just fine with this sound system, because truly it actually does sound pretty good. But if you guys like audio, you like jamming out to music, you can't beat a Bose sound system. So for 1,500 bucks, I think that package is worth it. But you know, if you don't want to spend any more than like 35K on a car, you can skip that package. This one's selling like under MSRP. I'll get into that in here in a minute. I'm gonna throw the window sticker on screen. You guys can take a look at the government safety ratings. Basically, 5 stars overall vehicle score, frontal crash 4 stars, side crash 5 stars, rollover 4 stars. Very, very safe vehicle. Now you guys can take a look at the optional stuff and all the standard stuff that comes, again, standard on the Rogue SL. But basically, I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2023 Rogue SL front wheel drive is spec'd is $36,030. However, I believe this one is selling just a touch over $33,000. So it's selling under MSRP if you guys are interested in it. But I do want to show you guys what we got going on in these rear seats before we move into the driving portion of the review. Also, with the SL premium package, you would get a rear window shade, whereas this one doesn't. Looks pretty much the exact same as what you'd find in the front. You get a little bit of miscellaneous storage space down in there. Brushed aluminum door sill. This is what your rear seats look like. Very similar to what you'd find in the front, and honestly more bolstering back here than you would expect a Rogue to have. What's nice is that you get a center fold down armrest with 2 cup holders. Obviously, it's nicely padded. You do not get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. However, you do get one behind the passenger seat. You get 2 HVAC vents, and then a USB-C port and a USB-A port. You also get a dome light and a OPU panel and a spot you can set your dry cleaning, and the same goes for the passenger side second row seats as well. I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to see if these seats will recline. They do recline just a little bit, and by just a little bit, you guys can see not that much, but they do recline just a tad. And then you also get another dome light back here as well. But you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior of the Rogue. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, guys, and now on to the driving portion of the review, where this thing actually drives really nicely. And I really shouldn't be surprised, because my mom's 2019 Rogue drove very nicely as well. But I feel like this one's just a little bit more solid than that 2019. I had no really complaints about that 2019. And I, drove that a fair amount, honestly. And also, I wanted to mention that she also had the 2016. If you guys have been following along in this video, you guys know that. But that 2016 was basically like a tin can. They made a lot of improvements from the 2016 model year to the 2019 model year, and even more improvements from the 2019 to the 2023. So this thing rides very smoothly. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to hear what it sounds like, just cruising at 40 miles an hour. So very well insulated from the outside world. And as I was stopping talking, I went over a couple bumps, and I'm actually like pretty surprised at how well this thing goes over bumps, especially considering what price point it's at. I think this is a very good value for what you get. It's very nice here on the interior, and I feel like Nissans are kind of maybe not looked over or overlooked, but I don't know, I just feel like people don't really, I don't know how to say that. But anyways, we've never had any issues with our Rogues. And they obviously had the CVTs, but obviously we didn't keep them that long. I think the longest we kept one, my mom kept one, was to like 46,000 miles. And in that time, there was never any issues with anything on those cars. So I think these things are really good, especially like, I don't know about long-term, like 100,000 mile, etc. But I do know, like, for a lease, these things are a great lease vehicle because they ride well. I think they look pretty good. They're very nice here on the interior, especially here with the SL trim level. If you want something a little bit nicer, you can get the Platinum, or you can just get the SL Premium package, because that is honestly plenty nice for what you get. Now, one thing I wanted to say is that it's not the fastest thing in the world, and I would assume that you guys would know that, and I would assume that that's not really an issue if you guys are at least if you guys are taking a look at the Rogue. If you guys want something fast, this is not it. But I will give you guys a little bit of an acceleration. I'm going to put this thing into sport, and I'll just gun it in 3, 2, 1, floored. So yeah, clearly not the fastest thing in the world, but really, in all actuality, it's got more than enough get up and go, to get you from point A to point B. And also, with the front wheel drive variant, this thing gets really good fuel economy, especially on the highway. I believe it was like 36 or something on the highway. Yeah, 29 in the city, 36 on the highway. I think that is really good for an SUV that can haul around your whole family. So fuel economy numbers are really good on this. So I feel like the fuel economy numbers kind of make up for the lack of power. But again, like, if you don't need something that's like fast, this is great because it gets great fuel economy. But again, it's not, the get up and go isn't quite there. But I think for like probably 70% of you guys, I think this thing will have more than enough get up and go, because I, for one, always like power. I'm a big fan of having power in vehicles, like excessive power. So take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm always one who would rather have 400 horsepower than have 200 horsepower. So that's just me. But honestly, for a daily driver, this thing's got enough get up and go for those of you guys who need a little bit of passing power. Like, that initial bite there is pretty good. So at low speeds, this thing, no problem getting up and getting going. But, once you get on the highway, probably, 80 miles an hour, and you want to pass somebody, it might take a little bit of time. Just letting you guys know. And if you guys have ever driven a 4-cylinder or a 3-cylinder, you guys know what that power is like. I'll give it a mild acceleration here. So really, it's not slow. Like, this is definitely faster than my mom's 2019 Rogue was. I think that one had like 170 horsepower, if I'm not mistaken. So, 30 more horsepower, you can feel it. And also, this screen works actually pretty well. And another thing is that they made massive improvements to their camera quality for the 2023 model year. I mean, the camera quality is crystal clear with the 360 camera system. And again, I was just in the 2023 Maxima. This is the last year for the Maxima, so I can understand why they didn't really care about the camera system on that. But that camera system was very, very grainy, whereas this one's actually very, very clear. So yeah, overall, I think it's a great vehicle for those of you guys who are looking for a daily driver. You want an SUV, you don't want to spend more than $35K on a car, but you still want something that's nice, something that looks good, and something that's going to be comfortable as a daily driver. I think that was a snake in the road. This is a great vehicle for that because it gets great fuel economy. The standard sound system is pretty good, but if you guys want something a little bit nicer with the Bose sound system, you guys want like a hands-free liftgate, tri-zone climate control, 9-inch screen with the wireless CarPlay and built-in navigation, then you might want to get the SL premium package. But honestly, the way that this one's spec'd, it's pretty nice. And honestly, it's more than you need. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm really on my journey now to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot get there without your guys' help. So if you guys took anything from this video, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. But again, that's it for today's video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.